welcome back to Deliberate Conscious and Candid Talks. I hope you're keeping well and keeping safe. And as always, I am happy to be on here sharing whatever it is that is in my heart with you guys. And today I'm sharing something to do with relationships and the most ridiculous thing somebody has told you while leaving you or while dumping you. Now, guys, honestly, I think the level of insensitivity that people have nowadays is out of this world. And the things people say to each other and the things people do to one another is kind of sad and kind of heartbreaking. And I'd like you guys to comment down below and tell me what's the most ridiculous thing you've been told by a person who decided to just leave you hanging and decided to just dump you for maybe another person. Maybe if you haven't experienced that much, I'm sure somebody somewhere has shared with you. So kindly share, feel free to share that information with us down there so that we can all see the level of madness that's happening around us. And so there's a story I was being told that just infuriated me and that what can I say, that motivated me towards making this video. And it's a story of a lady and a guy who had gone so far, like in terms of building a connection together. And so the lady obviously thought, okay, now I have my man right here. And it turned out south because clearly, well, it appeared later that this man had other plans, which was very inhumane. Anyway, so let me just give the story and then you will judge and tell me, is that okay? Is that something you would want to happen to you? Of course, I don't think anybody would want such a thing to happen to them. So here goes the story. So there was this guy and this lady. So as I had said before, they had dated for quite a while and they were building on time, they were building on emotional connection, and there was all that. I mean, everybody just knew, they had mutual friends, so everybody just knew that this was going to lead to marriage. But at some point, I don't know what went on, but so one of the mutual friends came to the lady and told her, wait, do you have a clue of what's been going on in person's A life? And the lady was like, yeah, we are good, we plan on getting married, but not exactly now, but we have those plans and that's where this is headed to. And then the mutual friend says, but I think this man introduced his wife to his family on a certain day. In fact, it was a big event. And the lady was shocked beyond words. She was shook. She was really just shocked because she was like, what am I hearing? And anyway, she didn't, I don't know how to explain it anyway, but you can imagine you dated someone for so long, but someone just comes and just breaks it to you that this guy already has a wife who's been introduced to the family. That's the worst news ever. I mean, that's a sick person anyway. Why would you take someone through such an experience? So the lady decides, we are not beating around the bush with this issue because I have no time to waste. I've wasted like all of it and I have nothing to lose anyway because clearly I have lost everything at this point in time. So the lady just calls the guy and tells him, this is a matter of urgency. You need to come see me as soon as you can. And the guy shows up, I mean, because he does not expect there is anything off, which is crazy, between them. And so he just comes with an innocent heart and mind. And so he sits there and they just start talking and he realizes there's something wrong with this lady. And so the lady asks of the guy, she gives him the opportunity to just open up before it can get any worse. And so she asks about the occasion she hears there was at his place. But the guy at some point is hesitant, and then when he realizes that this lady really has the information, she just wants confirmation. So he just decides to open up and say, yeah, I have a wife who's been, and I'm like, oh my god, wait, he didn't even fear for his life? You're telling someone you've wasted time for quite a while that you have a wife? What have we been doing anyway? Why have people become so insensitive and so inhumane? I mean, guys, people have a heart. Goodness, we are emotional beings. Please don't break someone's heart like that. Please don't make them feel so useless and so worthless. Anyway, God gives us our identity, so please, can we just love ourselves so much so that nobody has the right and even the gut to hurt us like that. Anyway, so after the guy breaks the ridiculous news to the woman, so of course the woman seeks for an explanation, even though really there's nothing that can make anything better at this point. So this is a true story, by the way, I'm not making up things. So the guy says, starts off with his crazy story that nobody wants to hear, but we will hear it anyway. And so he says that they had gone for a certain occasion, and then he meets this lady who he was introduced by his other friends. And then at some point, somehow, they found out that they had something in common, and so they wanted to work on a certain thing. Like, they wanted to talk more about this thing they had in common, and they ended up in his house somehow. And so when they ended up in his house, of course, it was him, that lady, and a friend to this lady. And so they're just seated, they're talking, and he goes out to get something for them to drink. And then somehow something comes up so that the lady's friend had to go, and now the lady is left there alone. And so the guy comes, asks about the other lady, is given a reason why she had to go. And so they stay on with this lady and start talking about whatever that they found common that they could work on. I don't know, it's just crazy. And so they sit like for hours on end, and now it's around maybe 7, 8. And now the guy was starting to get alarmed. He was like, you wanna go home maybe, because it's getting late? And the lady says, oh my goodness, it's too late, I don't know how I can get home right now, so please allow me to just spend here. And then yeah, blah 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 blah. And it happens, guys. It just happens, just like that. The lady spends at that man's house, and the next morning the guy expects the lady to just dress up and leave. And the lady breaks the news that, you know what, I've never slept outside my mama's house, and so at this point I just can't really go back because they won't have it. And I was like, when I was being given this story or told this story, I was like, wait, I need a minute to process this. So I'd expect that the guy would be like, but we had no such conversation at night, you know, you didn't tell me anything of that sort. But somehow the girl got her way, and that was it. So she asked the guy to just give her time to spend there a few more days to just look for a house. And that's how this lady became a wife, guys. That's how this lady became a wife. She went to that man's house and refused to go out. I don't know, it is so ridiculous for me, because what? Does this man not have a brain? I mean, why would anyone play tricks on you like that? And at the back of your mind, you know you have a girlfriend. So why did this lady spend in your house anyway? That was not a plan. And according to the way he's telling the story, it seems like this lady is someone they've known for each other for hours. So I don't even know how she ended up in his house. That was just the most ridiculous thing. Treating you like a brainless person, telling you a stupid story. Now, here's the worst part of this story. The guy tells this lady that he has played tricks on, that, you know what, I still love you. And honestly, I'm beginning to get infuriated as I tell this story, because the guy still insists that he loves this other lady and that he wants them to be together. And I'm like, wait, it was not enough for you to disrespect me like this, to bring a lady in your house knowing full well we had a relationship. Now you want me to cheat? You made someone your wife, and now you want me to cheat? Honestly, I mean, what level of disrespect? I can't even begin to imagine how this felt for that lady. I mean, all this pain might come out and just help you grow, but oh my goodness. Have you guys gone through such crazy experiences with people? People can be very heartless and very emotionless, my goodness. So this video is just meant to bring awareness to the people who apparently don't know that people have emotions and feelings, that you can't do such things to people. Honestly, just be honest. If you don't have anything to do with anyone, just don't waste that time. At least be human to just leave them and follow the ones you want, you know. and just use your energy to pursue the ones that you hope you will have, a forever with. How on earth would you do that to someone? I know there are so many other crazy things that people have gone through, but this one was just it for me. I was like, oh my goodness, what? And funny enough, I have had somebody else giving the same story of, you're dating someone, but they don't end up marrying you, and or they don't end up marrying you, and the story they give is the exact same story. So guys, what is it with this crazy idea of telling someone that a lady came to your house and they refused to get out? For me it's ridiculous, because you have a brain, you clearly know you're dating someone, so I don't even know what another lady is doing in your house and she's not dating you. Please guys, let's be serious. Honestly, this is to those people who are intentional about life. Tafadhali, let's not get this ridiculous. This is how people end up getting killed, because you can't mess up with people's relationship like this. I mean, people's hearts like this. That thing just made me so broken, and it made me really think about relationships. The way I'm already so paranoid about relationships, such stories just take me aback. I'm like, hold on. Anyway, I know God is faithful, and for those who stay faithful, He will give them worthy partners. But please, guys, let's take time to consider other people's emotions when we do stuff like this. Because I don't expect you, first of all, to disrespect me in that way. And then again, you want to keep pursuing me, and we know it's hitting a dead end. You don't want to set me free to also be happy with somebody else who's more reasonable than you, because at this point, I even think you're not reasonable. Honestly, guys, I was just so infuriated with this story. And that's how I'm just done. Let's just be sensitive about other people's emotions. Please, don't waste people's time. God. Hey! Anyway, that's all for now. We'll be coming back with more better things to say, and hoping that you're in a worthy relationship. I hope that you're honest wherever you are. You're not playing with someone's emotions. And yeah, let's live a human life, because we're humans. Let's own up to our emotions.
To love you, I needed to lose you to love me. To love you, to love you, to love you. And now the chapter is closed and done. To love you, to love you, to love you. And now it's goodbye for us.